These are just good. These truffles are amazing. I just wanted to eat something sweet before I take this video. So this is actually from this company. This is actually from my friends. Again, these truffles are amazing. I give you a link down below. Just follow it in Facebook. He didn't pay me to do this, but like I said, I just wanted to eat something before I go through this video because these truffles are just amazing. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to NCHANZPLACE. This is my first video of the year 2020. I just got back from like a vacation last week or last weekend. It was a vacation. It was fun. The family was here. The entire family was here. We were like a very big group touring around Singapore. But it was also very tiring, so that's why I couldn't do any video after that one. I needed a break, so that's why I just did, and I even needed some sugar before to do this. I just needed to kick something up to make to have the drive. In any case, I really want to make this video. It was somehow like a long overdue, and this is a video regarding the comparison between the XM cable and the Sideshow cable that just was delivered or shipped last December. So I hope you like this. If you like the video and if you find it also like interesting and also helps you distinguish which one you want, click the thumbs up and help me share with everyone, and also subscribe to my channel, the NCHANZPLACE, and also follow me in Facebook and also in Instagram, the NCHANZPLACE. Before we start and dive in on the details of the two pieces and how I compare them, basically I really wanted that these two pieces will be having it in the table, me pointing out all the parts that I think that needs a comparison for these pieces. Unfortunately, I don't have any like bigger table, and I also don't want to keep moving these guys because there are some parts that are quite delicate. So what I did is I just put them in since they are side by side already in the display area. So I just took the video there, put in some lighting so that it's clear enough. So I hope that you find this helpful, and yeah, let's try to dig in and let's see what are the differences and what are the good things between these two pieces. So to start with, there are actually 5 categories or 5 parts of these two statues that I would like to compare them with. For the 5 categories, this is the head sculpt or the head itself, the design of the head, the cybernetic arm, the very iconic cybernetic arm, the guns, Cable's guns. This is very iconic as well. The overall look of Cable for this piece, and also the base. The base I will try to explain further because I included this one because it can give a sense of story. And for Cable, this is very important because he always has a story every time he goes back to the past or even to the future or whatever. When every time he time travels, he always has a story behind that. He always has a reason behind that. So that's why the base, you can actually hold different stories, some Easter eggs in it. So that's why it's a bit important for me to include the base as well. So this is the two cables that I have. One is the Sideshow one is in the right side, and the XM one is in the left side. Basically, I have them side by side here in the display. So let's go on and dig into the details and the comparison between these two. So with regards to the base, the XM one is quite bigger, has a more bigger real estate compared to the Sideshow one. But I guess for me, I would prefer the Sideshow one because it resembles or tells the story of the Savior School for the Gifted Youngsters, and it actually has a very good, how would say, Easter eggs like the Deadpool hands, which is not that necessary, but what is really good is again the Easter egg like the Wolverine mask and the Cerebro helmet there. That is actually pretty good, and it has a very good color combination as well. It really shows the rubble which means that Cable is standing like the future of the X Mansion compared to this XM, which is a bit dull. It has a pretty good details because of this engine and all this mixed media, like the wirings and everything. But as you can see, it's just this. It does not even tell that much of a story. And also the details for the ground. Look at the ground. Again, it has good details like mixed media and all. But if you compare the ground for this and the Sideshow one, look at that. Look at how big of a difference it is. So for me, in terms of base itself, real estate, details, story, I would go for the Sideshow piece. And as for the guns, basically the Sideshow one has like really big gun. It has two great details as well. It's just too bad that this some part of the gun has been cut because of the portals. I really didn't like those portals. But either way, the details in this gun is very, very good. I really do like it. The same thing also for the smaller gun, and that it has also has this really good weathering, scratches, and all the details in it is very spectacular as well. So the Sideshow one I would prefer for this one compared to the XM. The XM guns, this is also pretty good. The big gun is pretty good. Not that big compared to the Sideshow one, but it's still pretty amazing. What I'm not a fan of is actually the smaller gun, which is this. It's just that it does not have that impact compared to this one. Look at that. It has all the details, some scratches. As you can see here, there's no even scratches that I can find in the, at least the intended scratches in this XM piece. But either way, the design is also like good. But comparing guns, I have to say that again, the Sideshow one is very good for this one, and I just love those guns from the Sideshow. As for the next comparison, I would have to say is the head. So let's go closer for the head of the XM piece. This is actually very good. I have to say that this head sculpt, when I first saw it, it's actually pretty amazing. It's just that again, it somehow resembles like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I'm not saying it's not that good. Take note, I think there was some video before that this is also like, let's say, glow in the dark. Not that much, but it all actually glows in the dark. That is a very good addition to this piece. But you compare it with this head, this is more, let's say, comic accurate, and this is actually the Cable that I know in the comics. I'm not sure with regards to the animated series, but this is actually a pretty good Cable face. Again, very, very good details as well. I'm not saying that the details for the XM is more compared to this one, because I think this one is also having a lot of details. It even has this earpiece here, which is also a separate piece. That is also quite good addition. I do wish it was also here in this XM piece. But either way, for the head sculpt or the head design, I would again go for the Sideshow one, because it's just like I said, it's just a matter of taste for me, and it's the Cable that I know or I can remember. The next part I'd like to compare is the robotic arm or the cybernetic hand, or I guess the entire arm. And this is the XM piece is just super dope. It has really good details. Look at that. You can never go wrong with this one, because the detail there is really amazing. I'm not sure, I couldn't remember Cable having this kind of arms in the comics. Maybe if you guys can give me some how would say, some photos or references. The Sideshow one is a bit more classic, more comic accurate. but I'll have to say it's more cleaner. In terms of statue wise, it does not actually have that much of an impact or anything, but the musculature for this one is pretty good, as you can see there. Really nicely done. The shadows and highlights for this, the paint job in this arm is actually pretty good. But I have to say, in terms of statue, this is pretty good, like awesome good. You cannot find anything like this anywhere except XM. The details again for this one is just amazing. So in terms of the cybernetic arm, I have to say I would go for the XM one. It's because of the details over this one. Because I am a fan of the classic, but this one just looks pretty dope. So that's why for this round or for this category, I would have to go for the XM. For the final category is the overall look of the piece or cable. And as you can see here, for the XM piece, it's more darker tone, more realistic point of view or look for him. It has a very dark pouches here compared to the Sideshow one. In here, the pouches are more like brown. The ones that are used in real combat scenarios or real soldiers, the straps there, very nicely done, very good detail as well. The blues is very dark, as you can see, very dull. Again, it resembles like a real world soldier. Look at that. Look at even the pose. Very beautifully done. Compared to the Sideshow one, wherein it's more cartoony, a bit flashy though because of the colors. Even the pads here are very big. Look at that. And as you can see, I'm not sure if the anatomy is very good, or let's say proportion or realistically proportioned. Look at that. I do feel that his head is a bit smaller compared to this one. I think the anatomy for this is pretty awesome. Actually pretty accurate as well. But again, with the Sideshow one, this is what most of the people, or most of at least my generation, know of Cable. Wherein Cable has like very big arms. I would say smaller head because of all this accessories. Everything has a very bright colored, like mostly like resembles the X-Men colors. Look at that. The yellows, the blues really popped out. And this is actually what the Cable I know. The Cable wherein when you look at it, you can definitely say this is Cable. And the scarf as well. Look at those scarf. Very nicely done. I'm not sure if everyone likes the mixed media, but I'm also like a sucker for mixed media if it's done properly. And then yeah, basically the Sideshow one for this category wins it, because again, it's just a matter of taste that it has more comic accurate, animated series accurate, and mostly is the Cable that I definitely know. And look at the comparison between these two. If you are looking for Cable, definitely in terms of just first glance, you will definitely, at least for me, I would definitely look at the right side compared to the left side for the XM one. But again, you would see in the ratings that this XM also stands also pretty good compared to this one. But yeah, in terms of taste, I would still go for the Sideshow with regards to the overall look for Cable. So for the ratings between the two pieces, it is very clear that the XM one has a higher technical rating. This is no surprise for me, because technically the XM one is is very good. Like for example, the quality, XM always has a very good quality. The switch outs for this XM Cable is pretty good, pretty amazing. Imagine you can change the pose, really nicely done from XM. Even also the assembly for this one, the XM, with the different pieces, it's very easy to assemble. Even if it's very big, it's still very easy to assemble. The texture, the complex details of the cybernetic arms, Again, the XM1 is, I would say, very good in terms of details and in terms of rating compared to the Sideshow one, but I guess the Sideshow one has always the edge. And as you can see, I think in my review for the Sideshow piece, I didn't give this in terms of concept a perfect score, which is 5.0 for the concept because of the portals. And but everything else, I have to say, the concept wise, how it looks, the overall look, I would definitely go for Sideshow, and that is the only difference for this one. In terms of technical stuff, you wouldn't go wrong. It's just a matter of taste of which one you want. So that's it for this comparison video for these two amazing pieces. I hope you like it. I hope it's informative. Also help me grow my channel. I'm going for the 1K subscribers. I hope I can find something to give you as a giveaway. So stay tuned for more videos from the NCHANZPLACE.